Hey there, TV besties, and welcome back to another recap here with your girl. Happy Monday. It's Ratchet Monday, Mena Monday. I know that's the first time I used that. So as you can see in the title, we're doing I do believe that, yes, this is the season finale of Love Hiphop Atlanta. First off, I'm your girl Ash. If you are new, welcome. Sit back, relax, enjoy, catch a couple of videos. Like the video, of course, if you enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel while my hair looks all kinds of crazy and doing, whatever it want to do. It's been a hell of a Monday, okay? So I could not wait, and I actually had time. Unfortunately, it is unfortunate for me right now. But so I had time to be on time, get this recap out, get this recap done, y'all. For one, I'm a crybaby. I've always been someone who's always been, I don't want to say tied or connected to someone else's emotions, but seeing other people hurt, seeing other people cry, has always, even as a young kid, always, affected me. I'm gonna cry too, cause you crying, okay? So, y'all, this is this was one heck of a season for starters. Sorry, I hope that didn't, I hope my son's TV wasn't too loud that it's over my voice, because I just don't feel like starting over. But okay, y'all. First off, I ain't got no sympathy, y'all. I have no sympathy. I just have absolutely no sympathy for Jock at this point. Okay? Like, I commend you for manning up and being honest and saying, right, you clearly didn't want to face the music. You knew they was going to be sick of your ass. You knew they was going to get in your ass. And, right, so I get it. You don't want to face that. But no, when you slid your little thing, unprotectedly, because I'm honestly, I ain't even going to sit there and hold you. I ain't going to play with y'all either. I don't believe the whole it slipped off kind of story, whatever he tried to make up about it. I ain't with it. I don't believe it. You went out there, you had sex with somebody else, okay, so I'm a little bit confused, because Kendra was just okay, it seemed like in the beginning they were like clearly on a break. She even said she was doing her thing, she was doing his thing. But then she put it to the family like, oh, he stepped out on me or whatever. But clearly it sounded like it was a break. So fine, why everybody had the Willie. I mean, very well, this could have been a slip up for Kendra too. Unless she on birth control, unless he slipped off the condom, just like Jock happened to just slip off his thing. Okay, whatever. It's just no sympathy, right? Man up, suck it up. Just like you went out there and you did it. Now you need to be able to man up and come back with it. I give you grace, because no, it's not easy. You don't want to face that confrontation, but now you done married this girl, and now we're here. And I wasn't surprised. That's why this whole time he was avoiding going. He didn't want to deal with that. He didn't want to deal with it. And wow, it was definitely it's a quite sad situation with his mom and his mom having cancer, but it allowed him to in a way make up another excuse for why he wasn't ready, or why he didn't want to talk to her family about the situation or whatever or whatnot. So whatever, y'all, I think it is very fair to say that none of us has seen Scrappy like this. Yes, we might have seen Scrappy, in whole fight mode, ready to scrap, mode like type thing or whatever or whatnot. But that level of emotion that he was in was hurt. Absolute hurt. And to be honest, trauma from that hurt, because he's still going through it. He's still dealing with it. And it needs to be, for one, let me be clear about this. No, I don't condone anybody disrespecting their parent. Now, sometimes it's needed. Sometimes, regardless of the day, the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father. I just feel, yes, sometimes you got to set your parents straight. But I believe in a respectful manner because my daddy is who he is. But I know there's some people who might beg to differ and feel like, no, maybe Mama D don't deserve that respect, or maybe they may feel like because of their experiences, their parent doesn't deserve that respect. I give Mama D grace because, right, you did the best that you could do. But when are you going to take accountability for these things that he's talking about, for these things that he's, going through? Like, okay, like he said, I'm hurt, I'm hurt, I'm hurt, I'm hurt. That's not his problem. We're not talking about your hurt. We're talking about his hurt and the hurt that you're putting him through. I definitely think that it was needed that Scrap finally step up and let her know what it is. Put her in her place, check her, set those boundaries, fuss her out in a respectful manner. Like, I don't condone him disrespecting her or, whatever. If she considers the cussing at her and all that disrespect, whatever. Either way, I don't condone the disrespect. I don't want nobody disrespecting their parents or whatever, especially when, right, they have taken care of you. Yes, they might not have done it necessarily right because at the end of the day, she ain't do nothing but she did what she had to do based on the tools that she was given from probably, obviously her parents and things like that. And you really can't help but to commend Scrap for wanting to break those generational curses, breaking those cycles, and wanting to do something, as far as his relationship and, something different as far as his relationship and something different as far as his kids. Like that, like the level of the hurt. And then when he came back, to talk to her, and it was just like let's put this all out here. Like just him talking about his story. Because okay, let me rewind out, like, right, because all this whole setting took place anyway, because Shekinah wanted to throw Spice, like a little Grammy party or whatever. So it was like a Grammy watch party. And then of course she was able to pull up after the fact, which she lost the Grammy, y'all. And not even to, get off of the whole Scrappy situation really quick. Not even, so no, we ain't even gonna get that yet. We gonna stay on Scrappy. I don't want to jump all over because y'all know how I do. Even when he was like, yeah, that really touched me, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I was up in here, the tears was falling out, and and even as you can see, it was even affecting some of the other cast. Him hearing his story, what made him who he was. And I think what really kind of upset me, because I felt like Mama D might have still been like low-key playing it down, not really hearing him. Oh, this is my baby. No, like, one, no, I get it, that's your baby, but your baby is not a baby anymore. And you being 58 years old does not condone you or okay you being able to go and tell that man's business. Because you like, right, who I can understand why he's going to his mama. Who else is he going to go to? He has to have a release too. He has to talk to somebody. But apparently you can't talk to your mama in confidence because who was it? Bam. She was just like, you don't want to be a mama. You want to be a socialite. Boom. Calling you all out on your stuff. You are more about, keeping things going, keeping a storyline going. It seems like being a socialite, being out there, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with these young kids, whatever, then just worrying about chilling out and being a grandma. And that very well could be just who she is. I believe it well is what she is. I believe at the same time, it could be an extra oomph into it because of their surroundings and their social media and the TV stuff, like, and all that. What I think was like Kirk type. It was like, well, your mama crazy. I don't give a fuck about that. That don't okay. None of this stuff that she do. So it's kind of like one thing that she said, because you're right. You're 58 years old and you're not going to change overnight. So I really, one, hopes that she takes really, like, she really hears Scrap and what he was saying and what he was going through and how that has impacted him and his sister. And she really tries to help to change that. But right at the end of the day, she, as old as she is, as the old people say, she's stuck in her ways. She's very stuck in her ways. And Scrap may need to, right, one, go and get that help, go and talk to somebody about that trauma for starters. And then two, that's now as well, that could be that outlet for him for things that's going on in their marriage. So whether they need to maybe go to counseling as a group, or maybe they even can still go to counseling as a group. You know, when I say group, a married couple, not with Mama D, of course. You know, as a married couple, they can get counseling. And as well, he can still go and like get his own counseling on his own and see his, you know, another therapist out, you know, outside of that. You know, like I'm definitely like, I love that our generation, and really I feel like Scrapping them is my brother's, you know, I think he's about as old as my brother's, not maybe more on my brother's generation side. And so I think they're coming around, you know, to this healing and, you know, recognizing these traumas and trying to stop these generational curses. But I definitely believe, you know, the millennials are definitely on it. We're definitely seeing it. We're definitely trying to make changes for ourselves, even in regards to just working and creating life for ourselves, and not feeling like, you know, the way to go about it is to work for somebody else and to bank somebody else's pocket and earn a 401k and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, we're realizing there's other ways of like that we can do this stuff. There's other ways that we can make ourselves happy than what our parents thought was the answer, you know? So nonetheless, all that Scrap, you know, so, y'all, I tell y'all all the time that, you know, as much as I love these people, I don't necessarily always keep up with them with what's going on. You know, I could be in and out of social media sometimes, depending on what kind of piece I'm protecting for myself. And then y'all know the algorithm is just really crazy now. So the stuff that you used to see on your timeline, how the timeline used to be, is definitely not that now. But I can definitely say I can be MIA when it comes to these award shows, some of them, because this is why. This is why this whole situation. So literally, I'm literally sitting through the Grammys. I don't know why though. I don't know why though. I thought that Spice had actually won that Grammy. I don't know why. Maybe because it sounded good. Maybe because I thought like whatever. So me actually seeing them and the vote, how, you know, who was nominated, who actually won, that was like real, like news for me. And so apparently this Soulja group that won, that's from Vermont and apparently are white. That's why I don't watch these award shows, because it's bullshit. And how they, right, I think so, they were showing tweets from the people. I know Jamaicans alone, like just the thought of that, I immediately was just like, I didn't even, obviously, before I even learned that they were white, or and that nobody knew who they were, you know, like whatever, I was just like, it just seems like there would just be so much disappointment. I knew there was gonna be so much disappointment. And learning in the facts, it was just like, oh yeah, like y'all somehow, how did y'all drop this ball here? And somebody had tweeted it like, yeah, because I don't understand how they pick who they're picking. I don't understand either, boo. And half the time, it don't seem right. It don't seem fair. It don't be seeming like sometimes it is going for us, unless it's a hip hop award. And let's be honest, how many white guys are in hip hop awards since Eminem? I mean, at this point, like, what's some of other these kids' name? Post Malone? Is he like a rapper? Is he like a white rapper? Like, what? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they over here taking the best rap too. They was ready to put Nicki Minaj's, what's it, Freaky Girl in a pop category? What? Like, that was at the Grammys? I might be even mixing up the different award shows, but it's just to say that I'm not just obviously just talking about the Grammys. I think it was the Grammys, maybe. It's literally just, no, that might not have been the Grammys. What was it? I don't even know. It don't even matter. But either way, I'm just using that as an example to prove this point on. I don't always think that those are shows that clearly are not, are for us. Hell, BET ain't even, so Sometimes I got better things to do, like take care of these kids, do some videos, watch something else, than even let it just waste my time. Like it's not something that I really go out of my way for to make time to watch. If it happens to be on availability that I'm available for, if it happens to be something that I remember, like actually the Hip Hop Awards, I wanted to watch the Hip Hop Awards, but I ain't paying attention enough to when it's coming on, whatever. But so that was just a mess. So we got to talk about definitely getting on this because I know I've been talking, but I can't get off here without talking about this. Of course, Safaree and Erica Mena. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna literally just tell you how my thoughts like started to calculate and everything started to like to pull out together, because I definitely was like in that middle of this whole, I don't know if Safaree's really taking care of his kids. He's telling me he takes care of his kids. He's not a Stevie J, whatever. But okay, boom. You show up to Spice's party. Don't show up with baby Erica Mena, okay? And so, of course, after this whole stuff with Scrappy, Shekinah being Shekinah, which I'm tired of Shekinah, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. And I think what it is what I think is I feel like is excuse me, is now it's just like now that of what she's doing, right? It's like she has to have a voice for everything. It feels like she needs to be the advocate and speak up for it and whatever. And maybe I don't want to be a hater in that sense, but I think just the way sometimes it happens and the way it's delivered, it looks messy. And so that's why I don't be liking it. I'm all for what she's trying to do, but it's just somehow the way she goes about it. I just be like, and so either way, she of course brings up the whole Erica and Safaree situation. And one, when Erica said what she said, I was just like, strike one. One for Erica, zero for Safaree. It was just like, release me already. I loved you. It was like her really spewing how she really felt, how hurt she was, and that she just, and for me, I was just hearing, just release me already. Like, stop trying to, like she said, stop hurting me, stop going out your way to whatever. I'm going through this. If anything, support me. These kids weren't just, I won't out here, just doing whatever, and you saying that a kid ain't chores, and I guess he's assuming that, but basically Erica's like I'm feeding life. I'm feeding you into my kids. I'm breathing life. If you can kind of get what I'm saying, saying now, but I'm breathing life into you, and that life is Safaree that she's breathing into them kids. Why does she feel like she got to do that? Because you're not around. Okay, like I said, one for Safaree, one for Erica, zero for Safaree. So their divorce becomes final. Oh yeah, Safaree has nothing to say. Safaree has absolutely nothing to say. His word is so the divorce is final. No words needs to be exchanged. Whatever. She ain't saying all this for y'all to like be together, for y'all to make up and whatever. She wants to be released so that she can move on. And you have nothing to say of it. Why? Because you know the dirt that you do. You know what, like, again, one for Erica, zero for Safaree. So boom. Show's over. Of course, everybody's talking about, what they're trying to go for in the future, what they're looking forward to, whatever. The divorce is final. Safaree is like, the divorce is final. I hope she's happy with the way that things are. I'm just basically, what was his exact words? Basically, he was like, oh yes, I just want to make my money and stay black and die. You don't want to be there for your kids. You don't want to have a great relationship with your kids. You don't want to, and I very well could be thinking more into it. I very well could be, but I'm like, this whole like thing for y'all has been about your family, these kids, whatever, whatever. You're moving on with life, and you're not even, you don't even think to like, and just being that great father to my kids, like whatever, whatever. Maybe even trying to do your own self-justice to let people know that you're not this person that Erica says you are. So again, 0 for Safaree, 2 for Erica. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. For me, that was like, what about your kids? And I'm not gonna lie, when he said, I hope that she's happy, a part of me was just like, okay, all right, he wants her, all right, boom, he's releasing her. He wants her to be happy. But the other part of me was just like, oh God, what? Like something just wasn't settling still, even though I was like, okay, maybe he's, really trying to just let her go, send her well wishes. We get to Erica. Erica's super excited, very excited, overly excited about this divorce, only to find out the divorce is final, only to find out that this man does not have to pay child support. Mind you, oh, forgot at one point, mind you, got another point for Erica and none for Safaree. You going to court telling the judge how much she makes more than what you do. According to her, this is mainly why you want joint custody, because you don't want to pay child support all in all. Like that whole, a woman of bigger stature, a woman making more money than him, whatever, whatever, whatever. I think for me, it just made me think about, Nikki, him having a woman who was clearly, the boss bitch, and now you go get another woman that's the boss bitch, and now it's, oh, I don't have no money, I don't make the money, that whole thing, y'all. I was like, all right, Erica, you keep proving these points about this dude. So yeah, y'all. So again, so that technically was like the one for me. Then the whole, as the things went on at the, watch party, that's like 2.2 for Erica, 0.3 for Erica, whatever, whatever, whatever. You allowed this divorce to be final, and you not have any financial responsibility for your kids. 4 for Erica, 0 for Safaree. For me, Erica has given me every single point for why, no, you're not there for your kids. You don't be there for your kids. You possibly don't see your kids, and you definitely don't financially support your kids. The fact that you let this divorce settle like this, and maybe I don't know the laws, maybe, they're technically in Atlanta. I'm assuming, I don't know if that's, where their, court case actually took place. I don't think it took place in New York. I don't know if it took place in Cali. I don't know, I don't know. So I don't know if the state laws are different because you are primary custodian, which in Virginia, like the custodial parent is the parent basically that the child lives with. But I don't know, just the way she was wording it, it made me think like, because this is what you want, so now you're primarily responsible. This man doesn't have to take any type of responsibility. And I'm like, still, what? What? Because even as a man, how do you sit in, okay, fine, but this can be like, clearly y'all were able to do whatever with these I ain't gonna say whatever, but y'all kept going back and forth because y'all weren't able to come to a good, like, how do you, and ain't nothing like, no, y'all. I stand by Erica. Y'all know Erica's my boo, and I don't always condone her craziness and just whatever, whatever. But I try not to be biased. I try to give both of them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, sorry, Safaree, you're looking like a dog when it comes to your kids. You look like a bum-ass nigga who ain't taking care of his kids and who ain't take care of their kids. But like Erica said, this is what mothers do. This is what we do. We have to step up. We have to be there. And I don't even want to be that mama. So I'm not even going to get into, all that. But it was just, I felt Erica. I felt Erica. And I don't mean that even just to say, oh, because I'm not getting support and da-da-da. Because, my situation is not Erica's situation. But it's just to say, it's always mama. It's always going to be mama. And I'm going to leave that on that note because I'm dying to see definitely the reunion. Of course, all of this stuff now is gonna come up. You know, the air, you know, the Jock and Carly stuff is like this. All this stuff is gonna come up. I think what's gonna make me mad though is, mark my words, that Safaree is not gonna be on this reunion. Mark my very words, y'all. Mark my very words, that Safaree is not gonna be on this reunion. And with that being said, it's 5 points for Erica, 0 for Safaree. Take care of your kids, my nigga. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Like, if you like it, you like it. If you didn't, you did it. That's where I stand. And yeah, that's that. I'll catch y'all in the next one.